Hello students, good evening all. Welcome to Unacademy, the largest learning online platform which provides various number of free live lectures, especially live interactive sessions are provided for free. Special classes on Unacademy platform as well as YouTube live learning platform. The best top faculty in India. The top faculty in India teaching on Unacademy live classes. So, today evening I am with you, Mr. Krishna Prakash. People use it to call me, the students you love to call me KP sir. I have 10 years of GATE and ESC teaching experience. I taught to more than 150 plus batches and also helped so many thousands of students to get top ranks in GATE, ESC and other competitive examinations. And also I will teach APPSC, TSPSC, state government examination, SSC competitive exams also. So I am ex-faculty of ACE Engineering Academy, GATE Forum. I will promise you, after learning my class, after learning subject from my class, if you directly go to the exam, surely you can answer all the questions related to the subject. 100% you solved all numericals and theoretical questions related to my subject. Then, good evening Ramya, good evening Manos. Now, we are discussing, we have completed 3 sessions of air pollution. Today the topic we are going to consider air pollution part 4. This air pollution is under GATE ESC civil engineering subject, GATE ESC civil engineering subject, and also it is in IES engineering service examination. We call it as ESC. In ESC general studies we have the subject energy and environment. This is the subject. In this energy environment also you have the topic of air pollution. And also in your APPSC, TSPSC, SSC, RRB general studies subjects also you have the topic air pollution. Science and technology or general science have the topic air pollution. So this live lecture will help you for all competitive exams where air pollution topic is there. Now we move on. Hi Narendra. Now yesterday, day before yesterday, total 3 days we have finished air pollution, introduction, causes and types, air pollutants and their effects. Only we have remaining some smog, ozone and lead, 3 air pollutants. Today we will finish off. Already this one numerical questions also, concentration, units and conversions already completed. Today, after completion of remaining 3 air pollutants, we are going to focus on the most important topic in air pollution. You never come across in your college life where your faculty is not going to teach you regarding this very important topic. Materialogical factors affecting air pollution. Good evening Abhijit Sarkar. So before going to that, the first one, smog. We have remaining few air pollutants to discuss. First one, smog. Smog is a combination of smoke plus fog. Smog is a combination of smoke plus fog. From air pollution, from industries, from vehicles, from other pollutants, smoke is generated. From the atmosphere, fog is entered. Then that smoke plus fog combined together resulted smog, which is a secondary air pollutant. Because this is not directly released from source. From source, smoke is generated. From atmosphere, fog is present. Both combinedly resulting a dangerous component called smog. Smog is an urban air pollutant. Smog is an urban air pollutant. And it is caused due to combustion of fossil fuels. Mostly smog is entered due to combustion of fossil fuels. Fossil fuels means coal, wood, kerosene oil, crude oil resources. From such kind of fossil fuels, smog is getting generated. This smog we can differentiate into three types. Smog we can classify into three types. First type of smog, classical smog, London smog, or we may call it as killer smog. Classical smog, London smog, killer smog. The great smog of London, first physically identified smog in the world. This is classical smog, London smog, killer smog. Second one we call it as Los Angeles smog. Third one, Delhi smog. Based on the location where it is created, the names have been provided to it. Classical smog, London smog, killer smog. Los Angeles smog, this is also called Los Angeles smog, is also called as photochemical smog. Photochemical smog and Delhi smog. So we have classified into three types: classical, photochemical and Delhi smog. Now first one we are going to discuss is about the first smog condition we are going to consider is about London smog. This London smog is generated and caused problem in the year 1952. The huge damage is caused. It causes death of over 4,000 population. This London smog caused in the year 1952 and results death of over 4,000 population. So what we call it as a great smog of London, classical smog, killer smog, sulphurous smog. Sulphurous smog. These are all alternate words of London smog. Hi Jagannath Reddy, Taddir. What is going on when London smog is created? What is happening when London smog is created? Fossil fuels have been burnt. Clear? Fossil fuels have been burnt. And from this burnt fossil fuels, oxides of sulfur, especially sulfur dioxide, we'll call sulfur dioxide or oxides of sulfur, released in very high concentration. Burning of fossil fuels in any manner generated, released sulfur dioxide into atmosphere, and this sulfur dioxide combines with fog. At what time it causes? This sulfur dioxide combines with fog during early morning hours. During early morning hours, this sulfur dioxide combines with fog resulted The Great Smog of London resulted, the Great Smog of London, which causes a death of over 4,000 population. This is caused due to the result of temperature inversion happened in the morning hours. Temperature inversion. Okay, no comments. Now, temperature inversion happened. Because of this temperature inversion, 5 days continuously worst smog situation is created. 5 days in the London city, brown color haze is created, worst smog is created. So 5 days worst smog is created continuously due to temperature inversion. What it causes? Effect. What is the effect caused due to this London smog? Effects. Lungs and heart diseases. Lung and heart diseases are caused due to this London smog that lead to death of humans. Lung and heart diseases important that lead to death of humans. Then what we call Los Angeles smog, photochemical smog, the most common word. It was first identified in the city Los Angeles. It was first identified in the city Los Angeles, so it is called photochemical smog. So it is called Los Angeles smog, first identified in Los Angeles. Then origin of pollutants. Pollutants emitted from automobiles. Pollutants generated from automobiles. In the Los Angeles, automobile pollution resulted oxides of nitrogen combined with hydrocarbon vapors. Oxides of nitrogen that have been combined with hydrocarbon vapor created the smoke. And this smoke, hydrocarbon vapor and oxides of nitrogen smoke in presence of sunlight, not during early morning hours. When it is happened? Noon hours. Sunlight is very high during noon hours. So this oxides of nitrogen and hydrocarbon vapors generated the smoke. The smoke interacted with the sunlight in noon hours, resulted ozone, nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, with the release of huge amount of brownish colored smog. Brownish colored smog entered into atmosphere. So it generates secondary air pollutant ozone, nitrogen dioxide and also brownish colored smog into the atmosphere. What are the effects? What it causes? Effects caused due to photochemical smog. Photochemical smog created a reduction in the visibility. If on the roads visibility is reduced, what happened? You have gone to the road daytime, afternoon time, sunlight is there but reduction in the visibility. That leads to fatal accidents are going to take place. So reduces visibility, cause damage to plant life, plant damage, eye irritation, allergy to the eyes, eye irritation is created, and also respiratory irritation, respiratory disorders caused due to this photochemical smog. Respiratory irritation. Yes, accidents, Manoj answered very good. Temperature inversion, Teja. Yes, we will discuss in Delhi smog also. Tabdir. Teja, temperature inversion we will discuss in meteorological factors. I will clearly explain what is inversion, what is temperature inversion and all those things in the meteorological factors, Teja. So this photochemical smog reduces visibility, causes damage to plant life, eye irritation and respiratory disorders. Then this is the diagram representing photochemical smog formation. Nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, hydrocarbons from the vehicles. Oil tanks, paints and gas stations, hydrocarbons are released. They enter into atmosphere all types of nitrogen oxides, NOx. Then atmospheric oxygen also combined. UV light, sunlight, solar radiation, sunlight combined together. Clearly written, generated photochemical reaction, photochemical smog. What are constituents of the oxidants? Photochemical smog plus oxidants. Oxidant constituents are ozone, peroxyacetyl nitrate, aldehyde and acrolein. These are the secondary air pollutants generated. Ozone, peroxyacetyl nitrate, aldehyde and acrolein. Oxidants are consisting of these components. Nitrogen oxides from atmosphere, volatile organic compounds, secondary air pollutant peroxyacetyl nitrate generated in presence of sunlight, solar radiation, sunlight generated photochemical smog. Along with this, ozone is also generated. Clear? Same another model of diagram for your easy understanding. These are primary pollutants, NO, NO2, volatile organic chemicals, VOC, volatile organic chemicals. From these oceanic ships, from motor vehicles, from plants, from industries, from all other residential buildings. These are the components, primary pollutants. Primary pollutants act, sunlight act upon primary pollutants, resulted secondary pollutant ozone and PAN, then we'll consider it as a smog. Photochemical near us, very important question. The chemical reaction happened in presence of sunlight. I'll write down here. Chemical reaction in presence of light. Chemical reaction in presence of light, and that light now here is a natural light, solar radiation. That is called photochemical reaction. Got it? Near us? The differences between industrial smog and photochemical smog. Industrial smog means nothing but our London smog. London smog. Photochemical smog is a Los Angeles type of smog. It is greyish in color. This is brownish color. London smog, industrial smog is a sulfurous smog because it contains sulfur oxides, and this consists of oxides of nitrogen will play very important role. Industrial smog, London smog consists of, it is formed from oxides of sulfur. Photochemical smog is generated from oxides of nitrogen. Sulfur oxides and particulate matter in the air combined to form industrial smog. Directly automobile use nitrogen oxides and organic compounds like hydrocarbons combined to form photochemical smog. This is the diagram representative. This is a grey colored, dark greyish color is generated in London smog. Brownish color is generated in the Los Angeles smog. Very important thing, brownish color smog generated in the noon hours. And this greyish smog generated, and smog is creating problem in the early morning hours. That is the difference between London smog and Los Angeles. It is generated due to oxides of sulfur, it is generated due to oxides of nitrogen. Now we are going to discuss about the third type, our Delhi smog. This Delhi smog is generated, caused due to PM 2.5 microns particulate matter of 2.5 microns, ozone and fog generated during early morning hours. Recently in Delhi, smog condition created and causes a loss of lives of population because burning of agricultural waste in Chandigarh, the smoke carried away and entered into Delhi. Then that smoke generated due to burning of agricultural waste consisting of particulate matter combined with the fog in the early morning hours created the situation Delhi smog condition. So Delhi smog is caused due to transportation vehicles. Transport means vehicular transport. Agricultural sector, burning of agricultural waste, agricultural activities, and also power plant generated particulate matter, smoke or particulate matter. These are responsible for causing Delhi smog condition. Got it? So what is the effects caused due to Delhi smog condition? Again we can write down severe respiratory disorders. Severe respiratory disorders are caused. Severe respiratory disorders, first one. Then second one, eye irritation, allergy, eye irritation. Reduced visibility. Very important thing, it changes climatic condition also. Change in rainfall pattern in the Delhi city. Change in rainfall pattern, total climate change is caused due to this condition. Climate, adverse climatic conditions have been created due to this smog condition. These are the effects caused due to Delhi smog. Next air pollutant we are going to consider is ozone. Ozone we are considering the dangerous ozone, harmful air pollutant. Ozone we consider as a air pollutant and it is said to be dangerous when it is said to be surface or tropospheric ozone. Ozone available in the troposphere. As poor visibility means reduced visibility. Worst smog is Delhi smog only, Deepak. Very good, correct. Worst smog is Delhi smog only. So reduced visibility is poor visibility, no issue. Then coming for ozone, volatile organic compounds in presence of NOx, nitrogen oxides. Volatile organic compounds in presence of NOx combined together, chemical reaction takes place in sunlight, solar radiation. Ozone is generated. That results generation of ozone. So when we consider effects caused due to ozone, after effects caused due to ozone, excess ozone, what happened? Excess ozone initially reacts with metal ions. That reaction with metal ions, it causes corrosion of metals and it acts like a greenhouse gases, GHG. Ozone act like a greenhouse gas, increased earth surface temperature, global warming is going to be caused. It is ozone is toxic to plants as well as animals, for both. Ozone is said to be toxic to plants as well as animals. Again, respiratory disorders, asthma, bronchitis. Asthma and bronchitis is going to be caused due to ozone. And also it causes tire burning, cracks in tires. The automobile tires have undergone crack formation due to presence of ozone. The most dangerous tropospheric ozone is generated in presence of sunlight, volatile organic compound and nitrogen oxides. These are the effects caused due to it. When we take ozone under two circumstances, stratosphere ozone, troposphere ozone. The tropospheric ozone is dangerous ground level ozone caused due to thermal power plants, vehicular pollution, buildings, domestic pollution, industrial pollution, that causes pollution plus heat and sunlight, that results formation of ozone in the troposphere. Shall we cause stratospheric ozone as harmful? No. Stratospheric ozone is not harmful. This is good ozone. Stratospheric ozone is good ozone. Tropospheric ozone, we call it as bad ozone, harmful ozone. How ground level ozone forms? From the sunlight, ultraviolet light radiation, from emissions from fuels, vapors and other activities, volatile organic compounds and NOx, and from industrial buildings. Industrial buildings, again volatile organic compounds, NOx. From plants and domestic buildings, volatile organic compounds. Three sources. Vehicular pollution, first one, volatile organic chemicals and NOx. Industrial emissions, second one, volatile organic chemical and NOx. And from residential buildings and plants, only volatile organic compounds. All mixed, interacted in presence of ultraviolet light radiation due to sun, then ozone is coming down to ground level. This ends pollution concept. So that ends pollution concept, theoretical, whatever types of pollutants and their theoretical issues we have completed. A small question, two questions related to this theoretical questions. Sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide adversely affect. What are the effects of sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide? Sulfur dioxide will have n number of effects. We are discussing about it. But carbon monoxide, we know it. No? Carbon monoxide combines with hemoglobin of blood circulation, resulting carboxyhemoglobin, then reduces oxygen carrying capacity of blood. Is it not? Carbon monoxide combines with hemoglobin, formed carboxyhemoglobin, which causes reduction in oxygen carrying capacity of blood. So, effect oxygen carrying capacity of blood, but it is caused by second one, respectively. Respectively means second one, it should be second one. So second one, where it is present, oxygen carrying capacity of blood, second one. And sulfur dioxide will cause reduction in functioning of respiratory system. So answer is option C. Sulfur dioxide will interrupt functioning of respiratory system. Carbon monoxide will cause reducing oxygen carrying capacity of blood circulation. So option C. Very good, Narendra, you have answered the question. Precursors of photochemical oxidants are, just now we have gone through it. Photochemical oxidation resulted smog. What are precursors? Precursors, this one, nitrogen oxide, volatile organic compounds and sunlight. These are the precursors of photochemical oxidants. We have seen clearly. So nitrogen oxides, volatile organic compounds, sunlight. These are the precursors of photochemical reaction generating smog. So we go for it. Option A. Option A. Yes, Abhishek Singh, option A, very good. NOx, VOCs and sunlight. Match the following. Okay, we missed the quotes here. Okay, we'll go ahead. Match the following. Carbon monoxide. A is given carbon monoxide. What the carbon monoxide will do? Just now we discussed. Na? Carbon monoxide causes acute toxicity. 2. A is 2. Carbon dioxide. Everyone knows carbon dioxide is going to cause greenhouse effect. So B is 4. Sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide, acid rain. C is 1. Oxides of nitrogen. Just now, previous question also we discussed. Ozone liberation. D is 3. So 2, 4, 1, 3. What is the answer? Option C. 2, 4, 1, 3. Option C is the answer. Here, carbon monoxide acute toxicant, carbon dioxide greenhouse effect, sulfur dioxide acid rain, oxides of nitrogen ozone liberation. So now we are entering into very, very, very important meteorological factors affecting air pollution. So it is very important to write down what the meteorological factors will do. Meteorological factors are going to do affect. They are going to affect air pollution. Effect of meteorological factors on air pollution. So when we consider, there is a stack, opening or chimney of an industry. This is a stack or opening or chimney of an industry. From this chimney or stack or opening, we call it as a stack. Stack or opening or chimney. Pollutant mass, impurity mass. That the pollutant mass generated from the stack, we call this as what is the name given to this pollutant mass from the chimney? Any one of you tell me this? Abhishek Singh, very good, you answered. Match the following question. So any one of you tell me what is the name given to pollutant mass released from the chimney? Any one of you tell me? Do you know it? So that the pollutant mass released from the chimney, plume mass. Plum or plume mass we call it as. Yes, very good Narendra. This is the mass. This mass going like this. This mass whatever released from the chimney, this is said to be plume mass generated, circulated from the origin of the stack of the chimney, plume mass. In which direction will this plume mass will travel? Any guess? Will it go exactly high above, vertically upward direction? Go straight away into atmosphere? Or will it spread horizontally, go away horizontally only? Not upward direction, not downward direction? Or will it fall down immediately near to the chimney? Exactly at the ground level? there are three kinds of fates for the pollutant mass released from the chimney. Either it may go high above the atmosphere, or it may travel horizontally throughout the atmosphere, or it may fall down. So out of this, which is going to be happen? Which is going to be happen? That is depending upon, what is going to be happen is depending upon meteorological factors, the factors controlling air pollution. So depending upon surrounding atmospheric airs, depending upon surrounding atmospheric air, temperature, pressure, humidity, wind velocity, depending upon these factors, the plume mass may go high above, horizontally they may travel, or they may sink down to groundward direction. That is depending upon it. Clear? Any direction. Very good, Narendra. Any direction. Both cases, Abhishek Singh. Spread, Teja. So these are the four factors controlling the behavior of plume. What we call it as that journey or fate of the plume, we call it as plume behavior. Plume behavior. And this plume behavior basically depends on two factors. Plume behavior basically depends on two factors. One is dispersion. Two phenomena, not factor actually. Two phenomena. One is dispersion. Second one is dilution. What is meant by dispersion and what is meant by dilution? Tell me. Any guess regarding dispersion and dilution? Dispersion is a spread. Dilution is a mix. Plume behavior controlled by two phenomena, dispersion and dilution. Dispersion is a spread and dilution is a mix. The pollutant mass released into atmosphere. So we'll take pollutant mass, impurity mass combined with fresh air in atmosphere. From the chimney, this mass of pollutants released. From the chimney, this mass of pollutants released into atmosphere. This is mass of pollutant. Already atmosphere consists of fresh air, huge quantity. Now this is spread throughout this huge amount of fresh air. Then what happened to air pollution? If pollutant mass mixed with huge amount of fresh air, then what happened? Dispersion and dilution is high. Dispersion and dilution is high, then air pollution is getting reduced. Air pollution is said to be less. Pollutant mass released into huge area of fresh air. So spread of pollutants throughout the area mixing with fresh air will cause a reduction in air pollution. One spread, two mix. Abhishek, very good. Deepak, regarding this lecture, whatever I am teaching in YouTube, that will be available in a recorded session. So you go through after completion of the class, first listen and focus on the class, understand the subject. You have doubts, express it. And you want to write down, do one thing. Again after completion of my lecture, then go to YouTube again. You can watch, you pause wherever you want, you can write it down, points individually. Otherwise, if I wait for each and every student, will take a long time. So I am going with the content, throughout the subject, I am going away. So if you want to write down the notes, dictating notes in the YouTube is not possible. You have an option, whenever you want, how many times you want, freely you can view in the YouTube. You can go ahead, you pause the button, you write the notes. Is it clear, Deepak? Now dispersion and dilution is high, air pollution is less. So you remember, wherever we write down D and D, D and D is dispersion and dilution, and this is inversely proportional to air pollution. Dispersion and dilution is happened, air pollution is less. Dispersion and dilution is less and not happened, air pollution is more. That day we are going to discuss the factors individually. Whatever I have given the factor, temperature, pressure, humidity, velocity, we'll discuss individually. Wait for some time, I will explain it. So if dispersion and dilution is more, air pollution is less. Dispersion and dilution is less, air pollution is more. And at the same time, dispersion and dilution is inversely proportional to stability of atmosphere. If atmosphere is more stable, dispersion and dilution is less. Atmosphere is less stable, then dispersion and dilution is more. Means stable atmosphere, meaning no temperature variation, no pressure variation, wind masses are not moving away. In such a case, dispersion and dilution is less, air pollution is high. Unstable atmosphere. What happened in the unstable atmosphere? What happened to an unstable atmosphere? Continuous fluctuations in temperature, pressure, wind velocity, humidity, so many variations are going to take place. Due to that, fresh air mass flow continuously, dispersion and dilution is high, so air pollution goes on decreasing. Air pollution goes on decreasing. So we need unstable atmosphere. This relation, if you understand very well, you can understand meteorological factor that much easily. Remember this relation. If we have unstable atmosphere, we have less air pollution. If we have stable atmosphere, we will have more air pollution. Got it? Yes, correct, Neha. We need unstable atmosphere for less air pollution. Less air pollution, I can write down again for you. Less air pollution is happened when atmospheric changes are high. Unstable atmosphere is there. Atmospheric changes are high. Less air pollution is going to happen. Got it, Neha? Temperature. Now we are discussing effect of temperature on air pollution. Effect of temperature on air pollution we are discussing. and we'll consider here the very important word related to temperature. That very important word, what we call it as lapse rate. The very important word. You can understand, if you understand lapse rate, you can understand everything related to it. Rate of change of temperature with change in altitude. Rate of change of temperature with change in altitude. Altitude is vertical rise high above the ground level. So lapse rate, rate of change of temperature with when from ground level, when goes on increasing, whatever change that is happening. Consider this is 0 kilometer, this is 1 kilometer. The change in temperature from 0 to 1 kilometer, that rate of change of temperature with the altitude, that is called lapse rate. We can write down lapse rate is equal to dt by dz, change in temperature with change in altitude. Remember, T2 minus T1 by Z2 minus Z1, lapse rate LR. Lapse rate is equal to LR is equal to T2 minus T1 by Z2 minus Z1. Very important point. Temperature taken in degrees Celsius. Altitude must be taken in kilometer. In your exam, they provide this in meters, but you need to take in kilometer. That is how it is possible. Regarding unstable atmosphere, less air pollution. That is one simple example I will tell you. From the industry, pollutant mass is releasing. At the same time, suddenly high wind mass is flowing in the air. So that high wind mass will take out the pollutant mass. Na? So high wind mass is creating disturbance in air. Disturbance in air is nothing but unstable atmosphere. That disturbance created by continuously moving wind masses, creating unstable atmosphere. Taking out pollutant mass far away, spread throughout the atmosphere, reducing impurity concentration. So that unstable atmosphere due to high wind mass reduce the concentration of pollutants. So less air pollution because of unstable atmosphere. Then lapse rate is equal to T2 minus T1 by Z2 minus Z1. T2 minus T1 expressed in degrees Celsius. Z2 minus Z1 altitude expressed in kilometers. We will get a lapse rate. Lapse rate is classified into two types. Adiabatic lapse rate environmental lapse rate. Lapse rate is differentiated into two types. ALR, adiabatic lapse rate, ALR. Environmental lapse rate, ELR. So adiabatic lapse rate is said to be the standard lapse rate under any circumstances, fixed standard value dt by dz is said to be constant, fixed standard value with reference to under any circumstances, altitude to altitude, place to place, region to region, location to location, time to time, which is not going to vary. Clear? Adiabatic lapse rate. What is meant by adiabatic? Anyone tell me what is meant by adiabatic? Yes, ambient lapse rate. Correct, Abhishek? So, adiabatic is the condition. Adiabatic is the condition where gain or loss of temperature, increase or decrease of temperature, in simple, we will explain, increase and decrease of temperature happen without gain or loss of heat energy. Heat energy is not gained and heat energy is not lost from the body, but still temperature may fluctuate, may change, either increase or decrease is happened. How it is possible? Without gaining and losing heat energy, how temperature change will occur? Because of internal work done. Internal work done is going to cause increase or decrease in temperature. That condition is called adiabatic. So adiabatic lapse rate is a constant lapse rate. In simple, we'll take it as a reference value. Adiabatic lapse rate will take it as a reference value. Reference value to compare one to another. Environmental lapse rate. This is a prevailing lapse rate. Ambient lapse rate means time to time, place to place, altitude to altitude, practical or actual. When you measure a temperature at 0 degrees Celsius and a temperature at, when you measure temperature at 0 kilometer and a temperature at 1 kilometer. First you measure temperature at ground level, you gone to high above 1 kilometer and measured temperature. That difference, practical difference or actual difference, that practical or actual difference we call it as environmental lapse rate, prevailing lapse rate, ambient lapse rate, ELR. Got it? Adiabatic lapse rate and environmental lapse rate. So I will tell you adiabatic lapse rate. Again, this adiabatic lapse rate is differentiated. Average ALR, average adiabatic lapse rate throughout atmosphere from ground level to 120 kilometer, any altitude, any place throughout atmosphere under any circumstances. Got the point? Average value, average adiabatic lapse rate throughout the atmosphere minus 6.5 degrees Celsius per 1 kilometer. So it was identified and measured as a standard value from 0 to 120 kilometer high above under any circumstances. Average adiabatic lapse rate throughout the atmosphere is given dt by dz, average adiabatic lapse rate throughout the atmosphere minus 6.5 degrees Celsius per 1 kilometer. That means from 0 kilometer to 1 kilometer you have travelled. I will show the diagram. 0 kilometer, 1 kilometer. You travelled 0 to 1 kilometer. At 0 kilometer you take temperature 40 degrees Celsius. After 1 kilometer travel, the temperature is given 40 minus 6.5. 33.5 degrees Celsius. This is average adiabatic lapse rate. Got it? In the ground level, while you have started the journey, 40 degrees Celsius is the temperature, and you traveled 1 kilometer high above and measured temperature 33.5. What is difference? Decline of 6.5 degrees Celsius. A decline of temperature happened 0 to 1 kilometer. Decline of temperature happened 6.5 degrees Celsius. Then second one, very important one, what we call as a dry adiabatic lapse rate. Unsaturated dry air lapse rate in dry atmospheric air. Lapse rate in dry atmospheric air. Dry adiabatic lapse rate. Dry ALR. What is the value of dry ALR? You can write down dt by dz is equal to minus 9.8 degrees Celsius per kilometer. That means in ground level, if it is 40, after 1 kilometer it is said to be 30. Clear? In ground level it is said to be 40. Take at the ground level 40 degrees Celsius, 0 kilometer. After 1 kilometer it is 30 degrees. So rounded off, 9.8 rounded off. Decline minus decline of 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer. Decline of 10 degrees Celsius per kilometer, that is said to be dry adiabatic lapse rate. Very important. All fluctuations in our country we are following through dry adiabatic lapse rate. For dry unsaturated atmospheric air with less or very negligible amount of moisture, nearly moisture content is equal to 0 condition. Next one, wet adiabatic lapse rate, wet ALR. Wet ALR, we call it as saturated lapse rate. The total air mass occupied by moisture content, completely occupied moisture content. Saturated, the air mass is occupied, saturated with moisture. Wet air mass lapse rate in wet atmospheric air. Lapse rate in wet atmospheric air, we call it as wet adiabatic lapse rate. Where we can take, what we can take? dt by dz is equal to minus 4 degrees Celsius per kilometer. 1 kilometer rise will reduce only 4 degrees Celsius of temperature. 1 kilometer rise will reduce only 4 degrees of temperature. So at ground level again we are going to take 40 degrees Celsius, 0 kilometer line. After 1 kilometer travel, temperature will become 36 degrees Celsius, minus 4 degrees. After 1 kilometer journey, decline of temperature of 4 degrees happened. That is called wet adiabatic lapse rate. This too, average adiabatic lapse rate, just remember this minus 6.5 degrees Celsius. Wet adiabatic lapse rate, just remember minus 4 degrees Celsius. But you have to remember this very importantly, even though you forgot about the remaining two, but the dry adiabatic lapse rate is very important. The comparison with the dry adiabatic lapse rate only we are going to express remaining all types of lapse rate in the practically occurring condition. The practically occurring lapse rate, we call it as environmental lapse rate. That environmental lapse rate types are analyzed based on dry adiabatic lapse rate. Types of practical lapse rate is analyzed and explained depending upon dry adiabatic lapse rate. So you need to remember this. In dry adiabatic lapse rate, change in temperature to altitude dt by dz. Lapse rate is a decline of 9.8 degrees Celsius for every 1 kilometer raise. For every 1 kilometer altitude rise, there is a decline of 9.8 degrees Celsius. Clear? Is it clear? Anything to repeat in today's class? Tell me. Any doubts related to today's class? We will discuss. Tomorrow we are going to discuss about types of environmental lapse rate, super adiabatic, subadiabatic, neutral lapse rate, inversion, and different plume behaviors because of all these conditions. So don't miss tomorrow's class. So tomorrow time is also same. We are going to continue 8:30 to 9:30 tomorrow also. So tomorrow class at 8:30 p.m. same YouTube live. We are going to have air pollution part 5, not part 3. Part 4 completed. Air pollution part 5. And I would like to give some clear picture regarding what is Unacademy is going to provide you and what is I am going to teach in Unacademy. What is my experience and all those things. So myself, most of you know Krishna Prakash. I trained several batches of students. I am ex-ACE Academy faculty. And also I would like to introduce my faculty team in ACE Academy, in Unacademy. My faculty team in Unacademy, now I am going to introduce you. So myself will teach you different subjects. Yesterday we discussed all the subjects weightage is 25 marks. Whatever I teach in Unacademy, environmental engineering, hydrology, irrigation, open channel flow, construction materials and management. So I am going to teach 25% weightage of gate syllabus, 25 marks. Then my friend, my colleague from same ACE Engineering Academy, again entered into Unacademy, Mr. Rajendra Prasad, RP sir, is going to teach the subjects transportation, steel structure, structural analysis, RCC and PSC. And this total weightage is 23 marks. We both combinedly going to teach 48 marks. Here we both combinedly going to teach 48 marks. And one new faculty, big faculty is coming to teach geotech. So total we three combinedly teach for 60 marks. Clear? We three, myself, Rajendra Prasad, and one more new big faculty who is coming from big institute, going to teach geotechnical engineering. So total will cover 60 marks for your gate examination. Then remaining subjects, you know the remaining subjects, mathematics, aptitude, common subjects, fluid mechanics, strength of materials. Topmost faculty, top educators in India are there in Unacademy platform. You can go through them. Then, what is the speciality of our team? Why you need to specifically join in Unacademy and go through our classes only? I want to give clear picture. Takdir, purpose of lapse rate to understand air pollution. Tomorrow you will get the clarity regarding what is lapse rate, how air pollution is affected, everything Takdir. You will get a clear picture tomorrow. So time is 1 hour completed, Ankit Ranjan. So now I am going to tell speciality of my team, KPSR team. Why you need to go through Unacademy and especially to our lectures. What is the reason? My team of faculty will have vast experience in teaching GATE and ESC. Very important this point. So many people are showing experience in other activities. Experience in other activities will not give you cracking GATE and ESC. Experience in teaching GATE and ESC is very important. and we have a lot of subject, but we are not going to dump total subject to you. Only what is required for GATE and ESE, only that clarity we have. Clarity in the subject, because a teacher will read n number of books, but teacher don't try to incorporate the total knowledge into student for the respective exam for which the student is preparing. So regarding that respective exam, only the required content should be given to student. So student effectively take that content and delivered in the exam, he will succeed in the exam. So we know what to teach and what not to teach, what is required for exam and what is not required for exam. I've seen so many YouTube videos, NPTEL lectures. What is missing is clarity in the content. Whatever they know, they are simply delivering. That is not required. No? What is required for the exam point of view, especially for these competitive exams? Dumping content, if I give the time, every day 8 hours throughout the year I will teach environmental engineering. Will it finish your GATE syllabus? No, no. Throughout year, if you are studying environmental engineering, you are getting 10 marks, no use. But you need to go what is required for GATE or what is required for ESE, that clarity in subject depth delivery. Here, that clarity in subject delivery is there with our faculty only. So we are not dumping any unnecessary information, and so there is no confusion is created to the students. And we are providing excellent delivery of subject, and we provide good notes. If you have doubts, you ask already enrolled students with us, already taken classes from us. We provide the best notes in the field. So my notes, from my notes of environmental engineering only, surely will get each and every question from GATE examination. 100% you clear, you solve each and every question in GATE exam if you take my notes. So will give excellent delivery of subject and notes. And we are student supportive, and we guide the students in preparation. Anytime you send a WhatsApp message, you will get a reply maybe within 1 hour or 2 hours. We are not making this, we are not maintaining this for this purpose. Before we are entering into an academy, before we are entering into other fields, we are maintaining student relationship. Whenever student have the doubt, immediately we are clarifying. If you have a doubt, you ask. Previously you went to some coaching centers. How many of your faculty are in contact with you? Now most of my students are in contact with me. So many students are working as scientists in various NITs and IITs. So many students are IAS officers. Still they are in contact with me because I have clarified their doubts at any time. So I will support the students to get rank in GATE and IAS. Whatever the rank, whatever required for their career point of view, what is required for their exam point of view, I will provide you. What is advantages of an academy? Why we have so many learning platforms in India? What is only speciality of an academy? An academy has live interactive sessions. So remember, online means a live class only. It is not a recording class. Remember this point. Online is always a live class only. Online is not a recording class. So live interactive sessions, whenever you want, you text in the comment box, immediately your doubt is clear without any doubt. Is it not? If you are going for recording session, some coaching centers are giving recording, they will advertise online GATE classes, but they are providing you recording session. Or for a time being, they will give live session. After that, they will invite for classroom coaching, or after that, they will provide recorded sessions. Only after lockdown, till time being of lockdown, they want to have some business. So till time being, they will give recorded sessions, or they will come call for you classroom coaching. No. Throughout the year, forever, Unacademy is live interactive sessions only. And what happened if you miss the class? You will have a doubt. Sir, what happened if I miss the class? Don't worry. So your missed class will be watched any time till end of your subscription. If you have taken subscription, till end of your subscription, you download the video. It is not going to stay for 2 days, 3 days. Till the end of your subscription, that video will be saved in your saved downloaded videos forever. Then by the end of December, all coaching centers close their doors. Syllabus is over, go away, pack your bags, go to your houses, prepare well. No, we are not closing the doors. We provide revision classes. previous question solving sessions, typical numerical sessions will provide for you till the end of your subject. Every day will provide numerical solving, revision classes, previous year questions. We never shut down the doors like normal traditional coaching centers. Then we'll have several free special classes wherever, whenever you want. And Unacademy is a strong technical background is there. If you want to verify Unacademy website, so many legends from software industry are in Unacademy. So they have 24/7 technical support. Then finally, Unacademy provides forever, this is very important, forever live interactive sessions only. Not till lockdown ending. Never ask you to come for physical classroom coaching. And complete live session only. Along with live, we are providing unlimited recording sessions. So online class means for Unacademy, what is online class? Online class means live interacted only, not a recorded class for Unacademy. Live interactive session only online means it is not recorded class for Unacademy. Remember this. We are in contact with the students. We are ready to help the students. We provide what you require. Then if you join Unacademy, you are having so many codes. Like that I am also having one code, KPCIVIL Engineering Guru. So everyone commonly they offer 10% discount. Then along with this 10% discount you will get a free online test series. Yesterday also I told you I have my own website for all branch students. I will provide any branch student subscribed with my code. I will provide free online test series. Copies of notes and other materials are provided to you. Support through my experienced panel faculty. Doubt clearance in WhatsApp group. We will be with you till you crack GATE and IS, till you join your PSU job or NIT IIT. Till that we are with you even after future you require. Any time we maintain the relationship with the students. To get all the benefits, take subscription with the code Engineering Guru or KPCIVIL. Clear? Think twice before joining the courses. Go for best faculty in the field. So top civil engineering faculty now live on Unacademy, India's largest learning platform. If you have any doubts regarding subscription, any doubts regarding team, regarding subject, you WhatsApp me 9704571767. So we'll meet tomorrow again at 8:30. Until then, I'm signing off. Good night for all of you. We'll end the class for today.